Hey everyone, it's John Penberthy here. The topic of today's video, is there such a thing as the perfect sales funnel to grow your business? I think there might be. Let's get into it. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is John Penberthy. I help entrepreneurs and business owners grow their businesses online and do that profitably. If you are not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But today's video is all about, is there such a thing as the perfect sales funnel, right? You've all heard about sales funnels. Hopefully, if you've been around my channel any time at all, or even just the industry, you know that websites are kind of dead. In fact, they're not dead, but you're not going to use them for what's called direct response marketing. Direct response marketing is where you are trying to get a potential customer to perform a specific action that leads them closer to becoming a customer or a client. For an example, you would be running an ad on Facebook or YouTube. You would lead them to a page where they know exactly what they're to do next. Perhaps it's to enter their name and email address and move through to the next step in the process. Or perhaps it's to go to a sales page where the next step is just purchase that course. There's no other distraction. Okay, you wouldn't use a website for that because a website is full of distraction. There's loads of tabs, loads of things they can click on. So a website has a function. It's not dead. I shouldn't have said that. It has a function. It acts as a hub for everything you've got going on, right? Like if someone just shares your company or your brand, through word of mouth or referrals, then great. They can come to your website, check out everything you've got going on. But that's not going to work in the realm of online advertising and actually, driving traffic. We need a sales funnel to do that. A series of pages that lead someone from being a stranger to a customer. But the question that is most likely on your mind is, which one do you use, right? There are so many different, funnel building softwares. You've got ClickFunnels, Lead Pages. I mean, there's a bunch of them. And if you get an account with any of these softwares, you'll see that they have hundreds, if not thousands of page templates, tens of different funnel, structures. And it can get very confusing to know which one you should use to grow your business. So on the topic of, is there a perfect sales funnel? My answer is kind of, and we'll get to that in a minute. What I want to first help you with is, let's condense all these different funnel types into just three. There are really, when it is all said and done, there are three types of sales funnels, okay? The first is a webinar funnel. You've most likely seen one of these before, right? You see an ad about something that interests you. They tell you they've got a webinar going on. So you come to a page, you put in your name and email to register for the webinar. Sometimes it's live, sometimes it's automated. Either way, you go to a thank you page. It says, hey, thanks for registering. I'll see you on Tuesday at 10 p.m. or whatever it is. You get an email, you go check that email, you jump on the webinar, you get some great value. Potentially there's a product being pitched at the end, and then hey ho, you're a customer, right? That's a webinar process. That's the first type of sales funnel. And if I'm honest, it's the one that I use in my company most frequently for almost everything we do. Okay, if we're selling an online course, we will usually sell it on a webinar. If we are doing high ticket coaching, or we're trying to get phone calls booked for our company, we are going to use a webinar. So I really like that, and we'll come back to that in just a second. The second type of sales funnel is a bridge funnel. A bridge funnel is essentially where you are sending your traffic to an opt-in page because you want to build your list, much like you would be doing with a webinar funnel. So you build your list, and obviously once you've got them on your list, the next step is you want them to purchase a product or service that you've got. So you would think that, let's put the capture page here, you would think that next step is to take them to a sales page. Well, we don't actually want to do that. We want to bridge the gap between these two things and create some value here in the middle. So we're going to take them to, this is why it's called a bridge funnel, because we're bridging that gap. We're taking them to some value. So what's going to happen is they're going to opt in on this next page. You're going to say, hey, thanks so much for opting in. Hey, let me teach you a couple of things. And you're going to teach them some things about your industry, about your product or service, or about what you do, what you help them with, give them some light bulb moments, provide some value. And at the end of that, you'll say, hey, if this was helpful for you, I do have a program or a product or a service that you might be interested in checking out. I'll leave a button to that below. Go ahead and click on that, on that. I think I just made a fart noise with my hand. Did you hear that? And then they go through to the next step, which would be the sales page. And that's when they can actually, purchase. Okay, so you're bridging that gap and you're creating some goodwill, and it's going to serve you in the long run, because now all those leads that are on your list, they're actually going to like you, okay? As opposed to just thinking, oh, right, another list that I've joined that just wants to sell me stuff. Yeah, so that's a bridge, and that's also very useful, and I've used that a ton. The third and final category of sales funnel is the upsell funnel, okay? This is used in loads of different scenarios, okay? An upsell funnel is where you will sell something low ticket as the very first port of contact with the customer, and then they'll be offered other stuff on a series of pages following that initial purchase. You've most likely seen this, right? This is commonly used with books. So, you'd go to a page where they're offering you the free book, but you just pay the shipping, right? So they get your credit card information from the shipping cost. And then you're offered a bunch of other stuff after you've bought the book. Hey, you got the book. Now do you want the digital version? Hey, now you've got that. Do you want this home study course? Hey, now you've got that. Do you want some coaching? Or it's a series of pages. And you can do this with loads of different things. We actually launched a version of this recently where we sold a low ticket product, or at least low ticket for us. It was $47. And someone can purchase this course from us, which is a phenomenal course, by the way. It's called Digital Course Academy. I'll leave that below. But then after they purchase that, we take them through a couple of pages where they can hear about some coaching that we have, and they can book a call with someone on my team to see if coaching with us would be a good fit for them, right? And so that's a same process, right? The initial purchase is low, and then there's other things that they're offered. So those are really the three main categories of sales funnels. Everything kind of fits into those. You might say, oh, John, I know another sales funnel doesn't fit. Okay, there might be a couple of odd ones, but like that really sums up the options that you've got. So before I get into whether there's a perfect funnel, let me say this. You can pretty much take, now within reason, you can pretty much take any industry or any topic and package up your product appropriately for almost all three of those. Okay, if let's just say you have an online fitness program, okay, like a full-on, a really involved type of program, you can package that up as $1,000 thing, include some coaching calls with you, include like, done for you meal plans or whatever it is. You can jazz it up, make it a bit more high ticket, position it as $1,000 and sell that on a webinar. Okay, great, achieved. Okay, you may say, oh, but I want to have a low ticket funnel. Okay, then great. Package up some of your knowledge on nutrition, perhaps create a $7 nutrition thing. And then the upsell is the workout plans. And then the next upsell is an over the shoulder, something or other. And then the next one is getting some serious coaching with you, and you do it that way. Okay, maybe you just want to position it something in the middle and just do like a $200 program and sell as many of them as you can and just position it as a bridge funnel. So you can take almost any industry or any topic and it will fit into one of those. So the reason why I'm telling you that is because for some of you, you need to stop procrastinating, all right? You just need to get something built. Like there's so many people that I just see like, oh man, I don't know which funnel to use. And so they spend literally months just procrastinating. Like just start getting something built. Worst case scenario, the low ticket funnel proves that it's not working too well and you go, okay, great, let's scrap that and let's now try and package it differently into a webinar. You won't know to do that unless you get out there and start testing. So that's really important. But now, at the beginning of this video, I said that there's kind of a perfect funnel, and I'll explain what I mean by that now. Out of those three categories, the one that I use most often and the one that I think would be closest to the perfect sales funnel for me has been a webinar. I have found that type of sales process to not only be the most profitable, in fact, myself and my team, we've generated just approaching now $7 million in online sales, using webinars, specifically using webinars. I just think the ability to have a group of people, block out a certain day and time to come and hang out with you and listen to a presentation and then hear an offer that you've got, that captive audience, there isn't really another way to recreate that online. Okay, there's a couple of things that come close, perhaps a Facebook Live, perhaps, so there's little things you can do, but like that is so valuable to have that captive audience, and it's also very versatile. So you can sell lots of different things. You can sell online courses directly from a webinar, or at the end of the webinar, you could offer a phone call to then speak to someone on your team about higher ticket coaching or a tailored service. I mean, it's very, very versatile in how you could use it. So I would say 90 to 95% of what I do as a company is sold or offered through a webinar. Oh, and the other thing is that you get to provide a ton of value at the same time, right? People enjoy this fantastic presentation with you. So there's a ton of goodwill that has been shared as well. So if I had to label something the perfect webinar sales funnel, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's pretty darn close, and it's the one that's been most profitable for us. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful for you. If it was, leave me a like on this video and also drop me a comment. Let me know which sales funnel type you use most often. Is it a webinar, a bridge, or an upsell, or something else? I'd love to hear about it in the comments box. If you'd love to learn more about how I can help you, check out some of the links in the description box. I've got some free training you can check out. I've also got some programs that you might want to invest in and go deeper in your training with myself. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification to be notified. We put out a couple new videos every single week that I think you'll really enjoy. All right, that's it from me today. Hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in a future video.